Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl and this is Your Journey Yoga. Thanks for joining me today. I have people ask me all the time if there's anything they can do. They have a tight lower back all the time. It tends to loosen up a little bit as they go along through the day, but in the first thing in the morning, and I am guilty of the same thing. So getting up first thing, sometimes it's like, wow, what did I do? Or just what happened while I was in bed. But there are some very, very gentle, easy stretches that do not take a ton of time. Yoga is a life changer, absolutely. But movement and mobility, as much as you can get in, guys, particularly when you deal with a chronic issue like lower back pain every morning. If it's all day long, God bless you. But these are some stretches that you can do that you can't overdo. That are just really, really nice, gentle stretches. So to start, if you're comfortable doing so, coming into a cross-legged position, and we're going to use the support of the hands. So anytime we don't use support of the hands and we do a forward flexion, that's a lot of strain in the lower back. So particularly if your lower back is sensitive, if it's really, really tight, if it's painful, use the hands for support. And we're just going to walk the hands forward. Now, as you walk your hands forward, we're going to hinge from the hips rather than the waist. So difference being side view. As you walk forward, we're going to kind of press that tummy forward as well, keeping that nice long spine. Now you might notice that you start to feel a stretch in those hips as well. Absolutely, because we're hinging from the hips as opposed to the waist. So when you round over, we're hinging at the waist more, and that forward flexion isn't creating that length as much as if you're hinging from the hips. So we're only going to come forward as far as feels good to you, keeping that length in the spine. So we're going to gaze forward in a diagonal line. So we're not looking forward and we're not looking down. We're keeping that neutral spine. Now, depending upon your flexibility, depending upon how tight you are, you might be a little further up. That's absolutely fine. Draw those shoulders down and away. Keep that length in the spine. Draw that belly button kind of towards that space between your legs. Now, if it feels right to you, go ahead and hinge from the waist. Go ahead and round over and walk those hands forward. Now, I want you to notice if that tailbone has lifted, if your sit bones have lifted off of the mat. I want you to press that tailbone back towards the mat and just lengthen through the arms. Now we're just going to kind of nestle the tummy and chest, little rock side to side, nestle that tummy down into the lap and give your head a little shake. Just letting go, nothing major. So if we're holding tension in the neck, guys, that can absolutely transcend all the way down the spine. Breathe. Now supporting, we're going to lift just slightly. We're going to walk our hands out to the left, and we're going to reach through those fingers to the right fingertips, relaxing the weight of the upper body down. So now we start to get this really nice stretch all along that right side. Breathe. And let's take that right arm up and over, reaching out towards the side. Front view once again. We're going to take it up and over, reaching, and we're going to be on that left hand. If it feels right to you, come down onto your forearm. But if that right hip lifts off the mat, that sit bone lifts off the mat, better to be back up, because I want you to really feel that length all the way down the side of your body. Now give that right shoulder a little more of a roll back. Breathe. And as you exhale, release the tummy and chest back down onto that left thigh. Reach through those right fingertips and relax your head. So just noticing the body kind of settle. You might notice little creaks, pops. So long as there's no pain involved, guys, it's all good. Body's just realigning. Inhale, lift just slightly, support with those hands. Walk back through to center and walk those hands out. Now notice, can you reach a little further? Can the upper body sink a little deeper? Is there a little less resistance? And let's take it to the other side. Lifting, supporting with those hands. We walk the hands out to the right. Reaching through the left fingertips as you relax the weight of your head. Long stretch all the way down that left side. This is one stretch that really, really, really makes a difference for me. No matter how tight. I mean, I can be at 10 on a tight scale, and this will help Loosen that up to less than a 2. It's amazing. Taking that left arm up and over, I hope it works that way for you too. Coming up onto that right hand. So again, we want to keep that left hip connected to the mat, that sit bone connected to the mat. If you're able and ready, body says, okay, you can come on down onto the forearm, but keep that left sit bone reaching towards the mat, rolling that left shoulder back. Breathe. So feeling that settling, it's all fine, guys. Again, we just don't want to feel any pain. As you exhale, releasing the tummy and chest back to your thigh. And lifting just slightly, walking those hands back through to center. Fingertips reach out as far as you can reach. Press your tailbone towards the mat. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Now, depending upon your lower back, if it's still feeling pretty tight, we don't want to add more to it, okay? So reducing that load, walking the hands back up or lengthening and reaching, hinging it up. So adding that load only if it feels right to you. And release your hands down by your sides. Sit up nice and tall. Relax those shoulders. Breathe. We're going to take that left hand. We're going to cross it to the right knee. Bringing the right hand behind us to the mat. Sit up as tall as you can sit. I want you to really feel that length in your spine before adding that deeper rotation and taking your gaze out over that back shoulder. Nice big deep breaths. So front and back, hollowing and arching, rotating side to side, lateral side bends, all of those things making a difference in that mobility in our back. Gently releasing that rotation, let your eyes be the very last to come forward. Releasing your hand to the outside of the hip. We cross that right hand to the top of the left knee, bringing that left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Feel that length. And then slowly take your gaze out over that back shoulder as you use that right hand to press against the leg to get that deeper rotation, making sure that you are still able to breathe slow and steady. Nice little stretch for the neck and the shoulders as that gaze is out over that back shoulder. Just a gentle twist, guys, always being mindful, taking care. Slow release of that rotation. Let your eyes be the last to come forward. And release those hands down by your sides. Let's come forward up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart. Knees are hip width. Core is nice and strong. We're going to take a big breath into cow pose. Tummy towards the floor. Gaze and sit bones to the sky. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, tuck your chin. So you might notice there are some days where cat and cow just is not in the cards. That is absolutely fine. Big breath in. Big breath out. As we transition between our cat and cows, just being mindful here. Articulating those vertebrae one at a time. So take your time and use that full breath to reach the top of each pose. Now, as that mobility increases, the discomfort diminishes, you'll notice that different range of motion, but don't press it too far, too fast. No reason for it, guys. We're supposed to show that back love and care. And some days it needs more than others. Last one, each direction. Just moving at the pace of your breath. And we come back to a neutral spine. We open those knees and sit it back to extended child's pose. Now, if you are more comfortable with those knees together, that is absolutely fine. Lots of variations in our child's pose. So we can have those knees together, tummy and chest just kind of resting on those thighs. Arms can be extended out nice and long. You're welcome to stack your hands. You can stack fists. You can bring your hands back by your feet, relaxing the weight of the arms. If those knees are apart, same thing. Stacking the hands, stacking fists, bringing those hands back by your feet. Find your breath. Find that place where your body says, yep, this feels really good. And if you can't quite find that today, you guys, find the place that feels the very best to you, where you're getting a really good stretch and there is no pain or discomfort. Find your breath. Extend those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers wide. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes. Press and lift to down dog. Allowing the heels to sink. So guys, tight hamstrings can lead to a tight lower back. So our downward facing dog not only gets into those hamstrings, but it also lengthens the calves, strengthens the shoulders and your core. We're going to alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Breathe. Pressing through the palms of the hands to guide that weight back towards those heels. As you exhale, gently let your heels sink. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. And relax the weight of the upper body down. So again, tight hamstrings, right, can lead to a tight lower back. So here we get that stretch all the way down the backs of the legs. Feet are hip width apart. And again, a soft bend in those knees just so we're not feeling pressure behind those knees. Just a nice long stretch. Bringing the hands to the elbows, we hold on and just gently sway side to side. Nice big deep breaths. Coming back to center, relax your arms and slowly roll yourself up. One vertebra stacking on top of the other as you rise, helping to realign that spine, guys. Big shoulder roll up and back. Do that one more time. Big shoulder roll up and back. Turn the palms to the front. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Lateral flexion. So again, that side to side movement. Front and back, rotation, inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, other side, right arm down, left arm high. Inhale, both arms come up one more time each side, just because that feels so good. Again, inhale, reach, and exhale, other side. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. We're going to take a giant step back with that left foot. Back knee can come down or that knee can remain off. We're going to be in a crescent or in our low runner's lunge or a crescent lunge with our hands down. Breathe. Keeping that core strong, pressing through that back heel if the knee is off the mat. If it feels good to you, bring both hands to the inside of your foot. I want you to feel the length in your spine, so creating that nice flat back. You might notice that you're kind of hollowing out. That's okay. If you need a block, grab one. That'll help you lengthen. So what's stopping here is that hip flexor, quadricep stretch. So if you're feeling tight in the hip and those hip flexors, it's hard to get that flat back. So we're just going to do our very best, and we're going to go where our body's allowing us to go today. Breathe. Let's bring one hand to the either side of the foot. Lift the hips, sweep it back. Extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Interlace your fingers at the top, all with the index finger and thumb. And as you exhale, arch it back. A little or a lot. Listen to your body. Strong through the core, strong through those glutes. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a big old step back with that right foot. Back knee can come down if you like, otherwise knee stays off. Hands can be on either side of the foot, or you can bring it to the inside of the foot. So again, we're going for that length through the spine. We're gazing forward, out towards the top center of your mat. We're allowing those hips to be heavy without letting them sag. We're pressing through that back heel if the knee is off the mat. Breathe, just slow, steady breaths. So this runner's lunge, guys, lots of beautiful things going on. Listen to your body. If it's not beautiful, if it's not great, adjust. One hand on either side of your foot, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. And gently releasing it down. We inhale it to high plank, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Hold your up dog just for a moment. So if cobra is better for you, hips are down, chest is lifted, hands can support or not, or up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to down dog, and gently sway your hips side to side. Just letting go, noticing, checking in. How's that back? We come back to center, taking the gaze between the hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And as you exhale, take a giant step back with your foot. Opening the arms out to a T. So again, if having load is too much for the back, we're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to bend the knees and we're going to support ourselves on our way down. Feeling great. Extend those arms out to a T and we're going to hinge forward. So hinging all the way over. If we're using the knee support, 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 support. Use those knees bent. Release your hands. All the way extending those legs. Relax the weight of the upper body down. So if we hinged our way down, that is a really good sign, guys, that the back feels up for that. Because that's a lot of load. We always want to make sure that that core is strong. And we're just relaxing the weight of the upper body. So you might notice a really nice stretch right across that lower back, all the way down the backs of the legs. You can also heel toe those feet in to create a little more length, a little more room for your body to release down. So depending upon your flexibility and the length of your legs, shorter legs means your crown of the head gets to the floor before somebody else with long legs. Celebrate those long legs. Celebrate those short legs. Whatever it is, guys, take a hold of the ankles and use the strength of the arms to pull that upper body towards the space between your legs. Breathe. Find your breath. Gently release the arms. We're going to inhale and lift just slightly. Bend the knees. Coming on down into our frog pose, our supported frog. Again, we find that length through the crown of the head, out through the tailbone, a nice flat back. Find your breath. And let's heel toe those feet in, extending those legs to a forward fold. Shifting your weight to your heels, slowly bending your knees, finding a safe way to come down onto your bottom. Extend the legs out nice and long. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, hinge it forward. Tummy down, chest down, hands, and relax the weight of the upper body down. Breathe. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Now again, if you need the support, take one knee with you as you roll down. Otherwise, feeling good. One of the best ways to alleviate lower back pain, guys, is to get a really strong core. So working on that core, slow and steady going down. And extend those arms out to a T, pulling that right knee in towards your chest. Left hand reaching across to that right knee and pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat best you can. And turn your gaze out over that right arm. This is one of the greatest poses ever in my mind. Just using gravity along with the weight of your body to wring out tension and tightness and to create that wonderful mobility in your spine. They're all good, guys, but this one just, so nice. Slowly roll it back, placing that right foot to the mat and just extending the leg out long. Left arm extends out to a T, left knee comes in. We cross that right arm to right hand to that left knee and gently pull it across. Breathe. Taking your gaze out over that left arm. And gently release that right hand, rolling back to center. Placing that left foot to the mat. Right foot's going to cross over the left knee. Breathe. Now we're going to slowly draw both knees to the right. So you're going to feel yourself kind of lift that right knee a little bit to get it out of the way. And we're just going to let ourselves come over to the right as far as you like. So you're going to start to feel this really nice stretch in that left hip, in the lower back. Lots of different places you might notice it in that right hip. Breathe. You might notice that you can come all the way to the ground. Awesome. The fact that you can move at all is such a gift. We need to celebrate all the things that our body allows us to do. And we got to do the things to show it love so that it can do more and more. Slowly bringing it back, placing that right foot to the mat. Left foot crosses just above the knee. Now we're going to slowly lower both legs to the left. You're going to pull that left knee up just a little bit, just so it doesn't come to the mat and stop you. We want to let that body just kind of sink. So that left foot is kind of guiding that right inner thigh towards the mat. Nice big deep breaths. And just checking in, what do you feel? Where do you feel it? Hopefully this feels amazing. Shouldn't be any pain, guys. And slowly roll it back to center, pulling that left knee in towards your chest and then the right. Hands to your shins just below your knees. Pull it in nice and tight, lifting the upper body. Little massage for the back as you rock side to side. Bringing the hands behind your thighs, rock yourself up, and let's turn back to face front. Just checking in, guys. How you feeling? Big shoulder roll up and back. Hopefully that lower back is saying, oh man, thank you. Let's do that again. Big shoulder roll up and back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, pull the hands to heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me. As much as you can, come back time and time again. I love having you with me. Thank you so much for trusting me on this adventure, on this journey, and it is your journey. But thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. Take care, be well, and have an amazing rest of your day. Until the next time, my friends, namaste.